What's good, my people? We are definitely back again. I was gonna go on the other channel, but I figure, hey, I started this week on this channel, might as well stay. Welcome back to another reaction on this year Mystelics vlogs. Somebody yesterday was actually asking me, what is it? Is it a vlog? Is it a reaction? It's a reaction on the vlog channel, guys. And it's kind of fusing the principle of vlogging into the reaction, if you get my drift. But this one is pretty much a reaction self. And if you get, I might as well just continue on this year channel and then switch back at the end of the week or something like on next week or something like that. Anyways, guys, we have the whole budget debate, guys. Dominica Budget Debate 2021 to 2022. And of course, Ian, of course, is definitely speaking in this regard. There's some rather interesting stuff that took place. We're going to be dealing with this, but I figured I heard something from Ian, and I figured let me just bring it out for you guys right there. Guys, let's take a listen. By the way, guys, definitely give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they come through right there and then. I might be skipping in between this thing because Ian likes to talk plenty and so forth. So we'll see what happens there. Run the thing.
If you look at what we have done in Georgetown, Mr. Speaker, the homes that we have put down in Georgetown, we will put down another set of homes in Georgetown, Mr. Speaker, because we have persons, young, upcoming persons in our community who need homes, and we will continue to provide those homes. So I will build another set of apartments, Mr. Speaker, in the Georgetown area for the people of the Portsmouth constituency.
But although it sounds nice, no doubt about it, what Ian says, it sounds nice. Build home for the people and everything. But if the people cannot build their own homes and they are relying on you to build their homes, something is wrong. This is not Cuba, this is not Venezuela, this is not a communist country, this is a democracy. We live in a democratic country where individuals need to rely on the economy for which they can develop themselves, be independent, or the fact of the dependency creating government. And if you're just constantly building homes for the youth and not providing proper adequate stuff for the youth to actually develop themselves, then you're pretty much defeating the whole purpose of the youth's future. Because even if you were to build houses for the youth out there and people who you saying, hey, let's build houses for the people, normally when you're building houses, it should have been for those who are actually in need and thus not wasting the country's money. But and by wasting the country's money, I'm talking about actually utilizing the money in effective ways, going out there and finding markets so that the individuals can then, the young people can become innovative individuals to then put things forth so they know that there's some sort of market out there that they can actually help them. But if they're not looking for the markets and yet they're just building houses for people, you kind of defeating the purpose. And I keep saying this all the time, on the basis that even if you give people apartments and you put them in apartments, they cannot then transfer these apartments to their children. So even if they were to have children in the future, the young people have to have children in the future, the young people will be defeated in that purpose. Because they will still not be able to transfer the apartments to the children. I don't get the whole gist of why you're so happy to say you're creating houses for people. Normally I know people saying they're creating houses for the less fortunate. And of course some of the less fortunate don't have, because they feel like if we therefore take these houses, we will then become obligated to the government and have to be loyal to the government instead of being loyal to the country itself. That's interesting. Anyways, let's continue.
And of course, we have other housing. We have the World Bank housing continuing, Mr. Speaker. We will.
Let's continue.
Dolan has never voted any other political party in Dominica since the beginning of.
What I have to do with your budget debate? Anyways, let's continue, guys.
We already have designs to do a new road from at the back of Dominica going all.
Okay, this is what I wanted to pitch in right there.
And the people of Dolan continue to be with the Dominica Labour Party, and the Dominica Labour Party will continue to do the rehabilitation of the Borough Square, because we see that buses.
No, guys, I want you guys to point out something. I actually have it on video. If you go back, I think maybe I have it. It was on the other channel, the Mist Productions channel. But this is actually JJ's idea. This is Jefferson James' idea that they take in to make their own. Because I remember when Jefferson James was talking about the very thing. Let's take a listen, guys. If you guys were following me from in August, around that time, 2019, you would have seen I put up a video of JJ actually talking about the very same thing he's talking about.
Congregate there, Mr. Speaker. It's a bit congested. So we already have designs to do a new road from at the back of Domlec going all the way across into Indian River. So that will open up more space in the town. So persons go into Dodan, Paybush, Thibault, Vekas, and up in the east, they do not necessarily have to come into the town, but they can detour from Indian River and end up on the Grand Bay Road into 1 mile. So that is what...
Now I understand that you're talking about detouring. Detouring from the Indian River. However, I think it would be beneficial if you bring this road straight through Glanvilla. Don't bring it back to Indian River. You're still creating a bottleneck thing. Yes, you want to create it behind Domlec. You're going to create this thing to come in, and then to the Indian River is going to be a bottleneck, a tunnel. So you have to probably create that thing to go all the way to Glanvilla, where it's passing across the road, and then come down into Glanvilla. That might be a better a way to actually have more access in and out.
What we are doing while we are looking at the macroeconomic issues on a national level, Mr. Speaker.
The macroeconomic issues on a national level. Can you look at a macroeconomical issue on a minute level? Macro is national already, brother. Anyways,
we are also looking at the micro issues, the issues of infrastructure, the issues
of infrastructure is not micro, no, bro. Anyways, let me leave that there.
Of standard of living, Mr. Speaker, the issues of keeping more money in the pockets of the people, and that is what.
But that is building infrastructure is not how you keep monies in the pockets of the people, my brother. Finding markets, where markets and money meet, that is where you make people get monies. Ross was a wonderful market. They brought in the American market into Dominica, and therefore people were able to make money indirectly and directly, and all you allow this to go. You guys did. And you're trying to tell people you're trying to keep monies in the people's pocket when you take away money from them. Ian, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, bro? What? Anyways, I think what he says, to me, guys, whether about the road situation, whoever does it is great. It doesn't matter who comes in, who goes in, comes out, whatever. If they're doing it and it is done, good. It doesn't matter if it's Labour that do it or UWP, it doesn't matter. Once they get this thing done, because this thing had needed to be done for quite some time now. Quite some time. We're talking about over 50 years, man. Quite some time, and I wasn't even born yet. And I know. Anyways, guys, there's a part in this I must make reference to. So let me get the backstory. He was talking about things. So apparently Lennox Linton walked out during the budget presentation by the Prime Minister yesterday, I believe it was. And of course, this guy, what's his name again? I noticed both him. I noticed power. What was I saying? Yeah, so he was pretty much saying that because he walked out and he did not present immediately after the Prime Minister, he's pretty much stating that, okay, well, since you walked out, you are not able to give any presentation, any rebuttal to what the Prime Minister did. And therefore, they're trying to remove the opposition leader from speaking or debating what the Prime Minister was saying, which is kind of foolish because based off historical backing, which is important to understand where you was, what was being done back then, and what is happening now, is two completely different things. Because normally, as stated before, let me bring it to Lennox Linton. Let you guys hear it right there, because I'm pretty much breaking down the whole thing right there. Let me just bring it down to this thing. Danny Luge was not happy about that whole situation at all. Let me try and get it to. The frustration can be real sometimes. When the Speaker of the House is supposed to be a neutral person, we all know he's not neutral. I mean, everybody can see that. People from overseas have been watching these debates from time to time, wondering what's going on in Dominica because of me. They're not really interested in Dominica, but when they see certain things happening, they tend to tune in and listen to this thing, and they themselves seen it for themselves. Foreigners watching this thing and saying that this cannot be real. Yes, it's real. This is Dominica, brothers. This is Dominica. Dominica Parliament are there. The Speaker of the House is supposed to be neutral. He's obviously not neutral. He's doing the bidding of the Prime Minister. Who the Prime Minister is the one who put him in there in the first place. Just like the President. The Prime Minister is the one who put the President there. The Prime Minister putting everybody in position so he can control them to do his bidding. And of course, we are seeing that right there. But take a listen to what Linton had to say right there.
Yes.
I'm going to make a short intervention on this matter, just to see if I can lead this honorable house away from making a great mistake, which later down the road, all of you will regret. You know why they regret it? You know why they regret it? Because the decision that you're about to vote for is based on pure pettiness. And
Yep.
you should not do it. Mr. Speaker, on the question, I've been in this parliament since February of 2020. You were with me, Mr. Speaker. We started at the same time.
You have been there since 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
That's the time. This guy, the guy you just saw a while ago, he was actually on the opposition side before the Prime Minister then came and took him and then, maybe give him a little money here and there. He probably had some issues. He could not keep a bakery and all this kind of something there. So the Prime Minister then most likely must have been giving him some sort of money to clear his debt or send his children somewhere. So he saw this as an opportunity for himself. And this is where he is doing the Prime Minister's meeting, apparently. This is exactly the words that they used.
2015. 20th of February 2015 was the first sitting of Parliament I attended.
And have you ever not
I'm speaking.
Yes.
Every year for the budget debate in July, one occasion August, I have been in this honorable house for the debate.
Now guys, I want you guys to listen carefully.
As leader of the opposition, I have been required to respond to the Prime Minister's budget statement. On every occasion, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020.
This is what normally happens.
The House has adjourned after
the Prime Minister.
Minister's budget statement.
Yep. And next day,
until the following day.
then the opposition.
Every time, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 6 years, 6 occasions. I am advised that has been the case since we became an independent nation. It has never been. It has never happened.
That is not true.
It has never happened. Well, I am not aware that has happened, but if you say it has happened, I'm talking about the last 6 years. So my experience of settled practice in this house is the last 6 years. I was not absent from Parliament yesterday. I was present for the sitting of Parliament. I was absent during the time that the Prime Minister was presenting the budget statement. Is that what you're upset about?
Yeah. So, Mr. Linton, Honorable Linton.
So how come?
Listen to that now.
How come none of y'all have ever been upset about the Prime Minister not listening to any single response?
So apparently the Prime Minister have never, according to Lennox Linton from what I understand, the Prime Minister has never sat in to listen to the rebuttal of his side of the debate. And Lennox Linton decided this time he's not going to be listening to his stuff. And it seems like that was a big issue when he walked out And these people are trying to say, well, he cannot do his rebuttal anymore since he walked out. No, this guy is talking about immediate.
Deliberating on a matter.
Let me see if I can get it.
The House to have a set of proposals, 2 proposals. One from the Minister of Finance and a counter proposal from the Leader of Opposition.
Obviously.
That is set practice. I'm not aware of any time since independence that the Leader of Opposition presented after debate have started.
You just said that though. You said he presents after the Prime Minister, and then you say you're not aware that he presents after the debate has started. Guys, those of foreign people watching, these are not the smartest set of individuals. These are those what we call placeholders for the Prime Minister. That's why you have the Minister of Education. Probably not. She probably is turning her abilities to execute certain things, but when it comes on to a leadership role in ministry, she is absolutely stupefying, brothers and sisters. I have to say this because if you look at the education system in Dominica, you have to wonder what exactly are we doing. We are the last cacker. Anyways, let's continue.
Further to that, the question is, and I'm speaking to the Honorable House, the question is that if the Leader of Opposition can decide when he debates, question is, can he debate 2 or 3 days after?
But it's not about 2 or 3 days. It was yesterday and he's coming today to debate, and you telling him man cannot debate. Isn't that the case though? He wasn't there to listen. He comes back and normally adjourn, and that is according to history. Historical evidence pretty much paves the way exactly how things should be going right now and how we can better it. But if it's setting precedence, I'm my partner, then you must go with the precedence of what is set. If normally every year when the budget debate is done, then after the Prime Minister gives his the finance, whatever is the finance Minister of Finance gives his debate, his side of the scope, then the next thing that needs to be done would be that they take a adjournment, and after the adjournment, then the next day they come in to give the debate. That is what normally tends to happen, and it's rather interesting that that is not the case at all. Guys, somebody just come inside. Oh my God. Anyways, guys, let's continue. Let's listen to what Hector had to say in this regard right there. Let me see if I can get him. Hector.
I am not even. Oh yeah, motion was made. I missed before the floor.
It's on the floor.
Yes.
But you are saying that you were
Earlier on that you bring something before you had a preamble. You make your opening comments. I feel very ashamed, Mr. Speaker. I am telling you. No, yesterday I listened to everything. Don't mind me, I was listening to everything. I came to this house this morning, Mr. Speaker, to make my contribution as the elected member of Parliament for Salisbury. I would like everybody in this house to make a contribution, whatever it is, even though I hate them, I want everybody to make a contribution. That is the right, the given right, who nominated, who elected today. One, privilege. The other, set practices.
Let's go back.
That is the right, the given right, who nominated, who elected. Mr. Speaker, you made 2 very important points today. One, privilege. The other, set practices. You said it is a privilege to come there and give the leader of the opposition the same amount of time with the Prime Minister. You also said it is set practice that he does it. He speaks after.
immediately.
Not immediately after. Never immediately. And that is where.
That is where the problem lies.
That is where we have a point of contention. Mr. Speaker, growing up and listening to the House, after the presentation of the Minister of Finance, sometimes the opposition leader was given a week to prepare to come back to Parliament to give his rebuttal or his alternative presentation. Mr. Speaker, for the past time, hold on. For the past time,
So Hector has been a part of Parliament for quite some time. He's been there longer than Lennox Linton, all the others right there. So if somebody has to say what was happening back in the day, I mean, it's very obvious. He was also an opposition leader.
The leader of the opposition have been given about 20 hours. 20, set about 20, not even 24 hours, or 20 hours to come back to this house to make his presentation. Mr. Speaker, that is, you said, you made a point earlier on, set practice. Mr. Linton have been making presentation in the house for 6 years.
Okay.
Set practice, hold on, after that, he's getting 20 hours.
Just have your seat for a second. I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Yeah. The substantive matter before the house is not whether we are giving 5 days for somebody to debate. The question is, has it been settled practice that after the Prime Minister delivers the budget presentation, that the person who has to do it immediately after is the leader of opposition? The question is yes or no.
So he's using the basis of immediately after. However, history has pretty much pointed out that immediately after has never happened before. They normally adjourn the debate and then they come back the next day and then the opposition gives his rebuttal. I mean, isn't that what happens? Check out last year, guys. Remember last year, what happened last year? The year before that? What happened? You can go back and look at the different videos. You will see 2 different days. You can check it out for yourself, you know. I mean, it's on YouTube. That's why YouTube is so powerful when you've seen different things like this, when you've seen this guy speaking. And this is one of the reasons why Danny Luge was very, very fed up. He was very angry about that. He's been used. I mean, everybody knows this. From the very point that he's there, he's been used by scaring them.
Member, take your seat. Take your seat. Yes.
The man sell out his own self and his own freedom just for him to be loyal because somebody paid off his debt or something. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look at the man. Guys, from what you listen to here, does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you guys?
Are you going to take your seat?
He was told to do that. It's very obvious that he was told to do these things. He felt probably, I'm just, my speculation in this thing, probably the Prime Minister was like, yo, he walked out on my debate, maybe we should not let him come and speak. Try your best to not make him speak or make a vote, and obviously they have the majority of the house, so if they vote, obviously they will not make him speak. But settled practice indicates that after the Prime Minister gives his stuff, they adjourn the thing for the next day, and the next day the opposition comes and gives his thing. Never in the history have you ever seen the opposition come and give a rebuttal, especially within the 6 years. Have you guys seen this? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Of course, give this video a thumbs up. It's rather interesting. This is bare comic. Sometimes people tend to watch these things to laugh. The comedy, especially in the way that this individual speaks sometimes. You wonder, really and truly, really... Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. Give this video a thumbs up. And of course, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get all the videos as they come through. Of course, the link of that will be in the description below. If you reach the end, if you reach the end of this video, guys, write in the comment box below, Mr. Speaker, sup your dirty ways, man. Sup your dirty ways. Anyways, guys, with that said, like I said before, I will see you guys in the next reaction video. Be real, be positive.